Good morning from Ghent, Belgium. Yes, we are in Belgium now. Everyone is getting off of the ship right now. The buses are waiting for us. Here you have the choice of doing 2 half-day tours. So some people are doing a walking tour in Ghent this morning and then a separate tour into Bruges this afternoon for a highlights. We've decided for a full day in Bruges, which means a walking tour and then free time. So we will be there all day. I'm excited about that because we've heard some beautiful things about this city. And as you can see, everyone is getting off right now, and we're gonna go and get on our bus. We are crossing this bridge. There's a canal around the old medieval city of Bruges. So after we cross this bridge, we are officially in the city. So medieval cities had 2 things to protect them: water all the way around and walls all the way around. And the bridges only came down from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Other than that, at night, the city was on lockdown for the protection of the people who lived inside the city. Look how all the trees are leaning one direction. That's wild.
So we're at one of the breweries here in the village, and what's neat about these breweries is this: because the streets are so small, the trucks couldn't get in and out, so they pipe the beer outside of the medieval city, where it's then bottled and packaged and distributed.
You see how narrow this is? This is what the medieval streets would have looked like, because back then there was no cars, no even anything big to get through these streets, and so it was mostly pedestrians or horses could get through these narrow pathways. There are some areas that are actually dated. This right here where we're fixing to walk through is from 1330. And this is what was considered what they called the Owl's House, or AWL, like Owls, like poor people lived here and you could live on Social Security and the city took care of you. So Bruges has the nickname of Venice of the North because of all the canals that run through the city. And we just saw a little boat tour coming through here, and you can see boats that are moored all along the canals.
This city is insane.
Amazing.
I'm in love with this place.
And one other thing, you'll see that nothing is modern in here. This is a UNESCO site. It is completely protected. No new construction. If they refurbish a house, it has to be done in the correct style. So everything stays authentic. Unbelievable.
I can't wait till we get our free time.
I know.
Hello. Hi.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It smells absolutely amazing in here. There are 5 chocolatiers. You know, you've heard of Belgian chocolate. There are 5 chocolatiers here in the old city of Bruges. There's a marzipan shop. This is called a bonbon shop. There's the waffles, the fries. It just smells. I can't wait till we have time to eat. So in medieval times, every church wanted a relic. Do you know what a relic is? A relic is a piece of a saint, literally a piece of bone, hair, something like that, that they preserved, put into the church, and then people would come and give monetary donations to be able to see and sometimes touch the relic. And there's a few of them right here. These are the most elaborate confessionals I've ever seen. They're absolutely beautiful carvings on them. Our guide just told an interesting story. So if you were very wealthy, you could be buried inside the church, and we're actually standing on crypts right now. So once they did the burials, it sometimes would take a few days to get the slab of marble back in place. And this was before embalming, so the bodies started to decompose. So that's where the phrase stinking rich came from, because you could only be stinking in a church if you were wealthy enough to be buried here. So this behind us is the Bruges Madonna and Child. This is the only piece by Michelangelo that left Italy during his lifetime. It wasn't stolen, it was purchased by this church. This is Church of Our Lady, and this sculpture was actually commissioned for the Pope, but he didn't want it because the child was naked, so it was sold outside of Italy. Interesting also is that when we were on board the ship, we were just happened to watch movies, and we watched The Monuments Men. And I'd seen it before, but watching it again, it's focused on two pieces of art that were stolen during World War II. The Ghent altarpiece and the Bruges Madonna and Child. And the fact that we docked in Ghent and could have gone and seen that today, or we're here in Bruges to see the sculpture. The coincidence is just insane. And seeing a piece of art that's that old, and we're talking this was sculpted in the 1400s, right there is just unbelievable. So right next to Church of Our Lady is a palace, and this was built partially in the 14th century, finished in the 15th century. It has a private prayer room to where the owners of the palace could walk from their prayer room directly into the church. That's different. This is a very interesting square in Bruges because you can turn in a circle and look at all these different buildings and see all the different types of architecture. Some of these are very old, and some are even 20th century. Back here, what looks like it would be some of the oldest is actually some of the newest. And this is where everyone gets married here in Bruges. And she said that usually on Fridays there are weddings, and we are here on a Friday, but upstairs is a beautiful chapel, and that's where everyone gets married here in town.
And the rain is back.
Yes, so we had 2 minutes of beautiful blue skies and sunshine, and then it starts sprinkling.
But they say that's how the weather is here in Belgium.
That's Belgium weather, yeah. We are currently in Market Square. Our official walking tour has ended, and now we have 3 hours on our own. She said this is the most important part of Bruges. It's dead center in the middle of the city, and you can see it looks like a construction zone over here. It's because they're setting up for the Christmas market that's going to start in a couple of weeks. So she's pointed us in the direction of restaurants, pointed us in the direction of waffle houses and chocolatiers.
And she did say avoid eating right here in
Yes.
the market because it's a bit of a tourist trap and the prices are inflating.
Right, so she said go down these side streets, don't eat right here in Market Square. So we are going to head that direction where she pointed out good restaurants for some lunch.
Ooh. So it's lunchtime. We were walking on the tour and we noticed this little place. We ended up coming back to it. We were told by our guide we have to absolutely get the mussels. And any month, just like with oysters, any month that ends in R is the best time to get mussels or oysters, and we're in November, and just so happens that everybody else that we know that's on this cruise happened to be at the same restaurant. We were like, I said, how's the mussels? And they're like, oh wait, here, we got plenty. This is like one serving. So they gave us their pot, and we're gonna try those real quick, but they are hot, steaming out of this pot. I wonder if I eat a bunch of mussels, if I'll get bigger mussels.
You already have mussels, honey. How are they?
Oh, they're divine. So this is one serving, and they got like 3 pots. And so they were like, here, don't order the mussels, we got plenty. So they shared theirs with us. How awesome is that? But they're absolutely delicious. And, you know, it's not a lot of meat, so you need a bunch of them, right, to fill up. But I think I'm going to try the tomato soup with meatballs, just because that sounds so good out this cold day. That's just what the doctor ordered, man. And of course, when in Belgium, you must try a local beer, a good Belgium beer. This is the medium-sized glass. Look at the foam.
I've never in my life eaten a mussel. Never wanted to. Feel the peer pressure now of trying a mussel because everybody's eating mussels.
Gotta try a mussel.
Gotta try a mussel. No.
It reminds me, I had a buddy of mine try some oysters one time, and they were oysters Rockefeller. And he goes, man, tastes like a booger. I'm sorry. And I was like, Lisa, that tastes like a booger? She's like, yeah.
That was disgusting.
Delicious.
No.
More for me. So I got the meatballs and tomato sauce. It's not, you know, it's something that they enjoy eating here, but it's not like the stew or something that's, you know, more specific to the area. But this is, it was on the classic dishes, but this is what I wanted. And, oh my God, that's delicious. Rich tomato sauce and gorgeous, gorgeous tender meatballs. There's only 4 meatballs in there. I want way more than that because that is delicious. And look, I give you a little ladle.
I love it.
I love that. You can slurp your marinara or tomato sauce. Ah, that's fantastic.
Did you know that fries were not invented in France? This is not a French fry. Fries were invented here in Belgium. So, every dish that you order comes with fries. I'm gonna dip that right on in that gravy. That meat is so tender, it's just breaking apart with my fork when I go dig into it. Look at that.
Sweet.
That is so good. The meat's extremely tender. It's flavored really well. But that gravy, so this is Flemish beef stew. But what I feel like it feels like a roast and gravy. And you can dip your fries in it. This is really, really delicious. So I've been dipping my fries in the gravy, but I decided, well, there's this little cup of sauce with the fries. Let me try that. That's just straight mayo. I've never dipped fries in mayo before, but I tasted them like, oh my God, that's just mayonnaise. That's different. We're used to eating fries with ketchup at home, but I'm telling you, the fries and the gravy is where it's at.
Like poutines.
Oh. Did you steal my food?
Beef's tender. You gotta take a couple of bites of that. That's my second bite, and it's better. But it's like not what I'm used to. It's a real sweet gravy. But yeah, it's like roast beef and gravy. But it's more of a sweeter gravy. It's interesting. I like it. It's not something I don't think I would want to cook. But the more you eat, the better it gets, sort of.
Yeah.
I love the ladles.
I know, isn't that great?
Like it feels very wrong to scoop food out with a ladle.
Church bells. I love how this is going. So I enjoyed having a local tour guide walk us around the city, tell us the history, point out cool things, and then she's like, okay, go, have fun, you have 3 hours on your own. So we retraced our steps to see some things that we wanted to spend more time at. So we've come back to this square where all the different architecture is all the way around. And one thing she said is that you're only allowed to park here in front of the building if you're getting married. And there's a lot of cars here right now. And she said there are weddings on Friday afternoons. There weren't any here earlier, but now there are quite a few cars. So there must be a lot of people getting married in this building right now. So we decided to do just a little bit of shopping because you gotta have something to bring home from each place you go. Jason has found, oh, that's a heavy one, a nice new hat and some Bruges socks with Belgian beer on them. I have good gloves, but these are just too cute and they match my raincoat from Scotland, so I have to get these. We always get a magnet everywhere we go, and I found this one that I really like because it's got the houses in Market Square and it says like waffles and chocolatier. And then we have a wall of just things that we've picked up from different countries. And so anytime I can find something that hangs, that I can hang on that wall, I'm gonna get this as well. We found a Christmas shop. We have a list of food and drink that we must try while we are in Bruges. First off, Belgian beer, check. Mussels in season, check. Frites, fries, check. That's all done. Now we are at a chocolatier, and we were told there are very good chocolate shops here in the old city of Bruges, but our tour guide said this is her favorite, this is the best in her opinion. So we are at Chocolate Line. We have to get this and then a waffle before we can leave.
Oh my God, it smells sinful up in here, y'all. Man.
choices, so I bought a variety pack. There's 8 different random pieces of what they call praline here, which is just all of these little yummy looking bonbons. So there's so much to choose from. I did want a solid piece, and this is white chocolate with nougat, and they just break off a piece and weigh it. And so we learned that the good Belgian chocolate is going to be 28 euros per kilogram or more. If it's anything less than that, then that's not the good chocolate. But this piece was $2. I mean, it's not overly expensive. And then a variety box. Let's see what all we've got in here. Oh, they look, that one looks like a peanut. Look at that. Some of these contain alcohol, but it's a random box selection. So let's see what this one is.
Is it good?
No idea what that is, but it's delicious.
Tell it's good quality chocolate.
Yes, it's amazing.
All right, I got my stogie. This is a Viga Fina, a VF. It's a Dominican cigar, but it's got Nicaraguan tobacco, so it's really bold, she said. It's real soft. Can't wait to smoke it. She's cut it, and I just got to figure out when I'm going to smoke it. Because it's cold out. I'm going to be smoking on the front bow of the ship. But look at this McDonald's. Is that not the nicest McDonald's you've ever seen?
Definitely. It's the fanciest for sure.
That is one well-built McDonald's right there. All right, so this is our last stop of the day right here at the Market Square. Gonna hang out here, have a nice Belgian beer and a hot chocolate. Got to meet our guide here in about 20 minutes, walk back to the bus, but we've had an amazing day. And perfect ending to a perfect day, I would say. Yeah, so got me a nice, good Belgian beer. May smoke my cigar, may not, I don't know. I'm in a smoking section under warmth, which is great, but I'm not seeing a lot of people smoking, and cigars put off a lot of smoke. I'm not sure I want to be that guy. I really want to smoke it at the same time. But wow, what an amazing place. Bruges.
I just like saying it.
Bruges. It sounds Bruges-y.
That's really good chocolate. So they asked if I wanted cream or no cream. I said cream. And it was this really thick cream. Like I had to almost take it with a spoon off the top and eat it so I could get to my chocolate. But man, this is hitting the spot on this cold, rainy day. We have lucked up so much without having rain, and it's starting to come down a little bit now, but we're gonna sit here until we absolutely have to go meet the guide and then walk back to the bus, and that'll be a wrap for today. And we're supposed to have good weather in Brussels tomorrow. I didn't get my waffle today, so I'll have to get one in Brussels tomorrow. So fingers crossed that weather report is accurate, because the weather doesn't bother us, but it's definitely more pleasant without rain. So in honor of being in Belgium and Belgium chocolate, we had a chocolate buffet being served for dessert in the lounge. I'm so excited for this. I got a variety plate. I tried getting small portions of everything so I could try everything. I love the fruit dipped in the white chocolate. That was really good. Everything I've tried so far has been like really good. Good quality. This is a giant ball of chocolate.
What's not to like about that?
Yum.
So what do you think about your river cruise?
I'm really enjoying it. Today was incredible. Like, Bruges had never been on my radar until doing this, and now, like, Belgium had never been on my radar. You know, when you think of, oh, I'm gonna go to Europe, Belgium is not one of those countries you're like, I need to go visit there. But it was amazing. I absolutely had a wonderful time today, and I'm super looking forward to Brussels tomorrow and Antwerp the next day and just getting more of this experience. I love it.